Hey guys, welcome back. So, you know what? I had been getting a lot of comments from you that you want to talk about ESOPs, which is basically employee stock option plans. So, a lot of people, who work for startups, they are given salary not just in form of what the payables are going to be for you, but apart from that, they are also given stock options. These are not actual stocks in a company. They are much rather, they are, what would you call them? They are options of the shares that the company has, and you will be able to exercise these options at a certain point in time in future. So today I came across a great thread by this company known as Bolt, which is basically a Silicon Valley startup that is working to actually, improve and create a very employee friendly stock options plan. And today I will actually talk to you about this company. And side by side, apart from talking about this company's stock option plan, I will also give you how stock options are diluted, how are they actually, given to the employees, and how are they exercised by the employees who are working in a startup and they want to utilize their stock options more or less essentially. So you know what, without further ado, let me just share my screen and you will see it now. Now, the website of the name is esopinfo.org, and this is how a visual concept of ESOPs nuts and bolts are showed. So the entire head to tail of the ESOPs are look like. Now, what are ESOPs? ESOPs are employee stock option plan. They are not actual stocks of the company that they have been given. These are stock options which are vested after a time or are used later on. An ESOP enables employees to own a part or all of the company they work from. The individual employees accumulate shares in their retirement accounts over the time, and they cash in for those shares when they retire or leave the organization. Yet the stock they own never costs them a nickel. Now, this is again not an Indian site, this is a US based site, so this thing it will be different. To see how this works, let's imagine Pat. Pat, a company owner, decides to sell shares to an ESOP. Number one, ESOP trust. The first step when you are actually creating an ESOP is to set up an ESOP trust. And I will actually make the screen bigger. Yeah, this is better. The first step is to create an ESOP trust. The trust is a legal entity that will hold share of stocks on behalf of all employees. It is governed by many of the same rules such as 401k plan. Again, this is US Americanized version. That's why they are ruled by 401k, which is some kind of an EPF or PPF kind of a thing for American employees. But it is funded entirely by the company. Step number two, the company contributes money to the trust, or else the trust borrows money from a bank, the seller, or both. If it borrows the money, as is common, the arrangement is called a leveraged ESOP. Number three, using that money, the trust buys some or all of the company's share from the owner or owners. In this case, this is Pat. The price of the share is determined by an independent appraiser. Now, the employees that have joined Pat's company, that now are now holding some kind of a stock option without having made any cash outlay. Number fourth step is the trust begins allocating shares to the retirement accounts of all employees of employees in a leveraged ESOP, the kind with borrowed money. It allocates the share as it pays back the loan. By law, shares must be distributed according to relative pay or by some formula that results in more equal distribution. So it can be in Bob's account, Sue's account, or Ari's account. Step number five, when employees leave the company, they are cashed out. The ESOP provides them with a significant retirement benefit beyond individual employees. The ESOP, Employee Stock Option Plan, protects jobs by providing ownership continuity and keeping the company as a going concern. Pat not only found a buyer for her business while keeping it going, she can keep working there and ease out stages that's the right thing for her company. So this is how ESOPs are explained to you all. And on that, I found one company CEO that actually made many great changes in the ESOP plan for employees, and I would like to showcase that as well to you, like how a great ESOP plan can be generated. Now, the person of the name is Ryan Breslow. He is the founder of Bolt, and they actually came up with the most employee friendly stock option program possible. And they believe, and I don't know if there's any other company also doing it, they're the first tech company to ever do it. It's a breakthrough, and it might be as big a 4-day work week. Let's dive in. Traditionally, employee options work in follows. Employee get an option to buy, purchase X stock at Y dollar price. Simple. आपने 100 रुपए का खरीदा और आपको जो है ना वो स्टॉक ऑप्शन की वैल्यू है 100 रुपए एंड आपको जो है ना उस 100 रुपए में मिला. जैसे कंपनी की वैल्यूएशन डबल होती है तो 100 रुपए का जो आपका प्राइस है हैज नाउ बिकम 200 रुपए. That's as simple as I can explain it to you. After they depart the company, they have 3 months to come up with enough cash to exercise that option. Now, 3 months is a very short time frame to actually exercise your stock options. Why? Number one reason, employees might not be able to come up with the cash to exercise, thus losing their stock. Number two, the capital gains clock begins after options are exercised, meaning employees will have to wait at least a year to get capital gains benefits. Now, in this case, these are equity or shares holding in a company when they have been exercised. They are part of the unpublicly listed companies and they have to wait 1 year so that the capital gains taxes that are applicable on the employees are applied to them. Number three, it creates golden handcuffs for employees where employees might otherwise leave, who wanted to leave are forced to stay because they can't exercise their options. What is golden handcuffs? Let me explain. So, golden handcuffs are a situation or a scenario where the employee is getting some kind of a benefit, but with that benefit comes attached terms and conditions which make them feel really bad about, like in the situation that they're part of. So basically you are trapped in a good scenario, yet you are trapped. Some companies have extended the exercise window to several years, although many of the big tech companies, and here I am talking about Meta, Amazon, Netflix, Google, even Microsoft. They did this too at Bolt, but that was not just good enough. There was more potential to actually do something better. The number one secret. Key executives, who are the senior executives in a company, have a special arrangement with the company that very few people know about. They get to early exercise, meaning they are able to exercise their stock before it vests. This is not very highly known, so this is a new thing. What does this mean that they are able to vest their stocks early? This means the capital gains clock early, which is a huge advantage for the employees who are the senior executives in the company. And by early exercising the stock before the stock increases in value, they often save dollars in income taxes or alternative minimum tax, AMT. Now this is a tax that is levied on US and American companies, not in India. In India there is a separate procedure for that as well. The second secret, sometimes company gives these executives loans to exercise their options. This means that the executives don't have to come up with the cash today, and thus nothing is coming out of their own pocket. Though उन्हें पैसा नहीं देना पड़ रहा, they are actually given a loan and they are given that amount to exercise their options in the stock. So Ryan Breslow thought, why not do this for every employee? Why not give loans to every employee and increase the exercising period so that every employee in that company feels good? Wow. And the answers that he got. So he asked these questions himself and his teammates or peers, you may want to call. It has never been done before. It deprives the company of exercise capital. It will take a lot of overhead and paperwork to do it. Number 4. Are you sure you want to do something this good for all of your employees? Now this is very subjective in nature. Ryan is doing a good thing here, but all people will not actually consider this equation in that manner. And the first point was, it has never been done before. Whenever you come across a situation where they say it has never been done before, that means that there is a gap within the market that you can actually get to and exploit that market gap. So do something that has never been done before. Now the responses to the questions that they have was, never been done before, that's an appeal, not a drawback. Exactly what I said. Number 2, the employee benefit far outweighs the cost. Okay. Number 3, I'll pay for any amount of overhead if there are benefits to my employees. Number 4, he has written it twice. Yes, they want to do something good for all of employees. So they are actually like Ryan Breslow cares a lot about his employees at Bolt. So that's how he's doing whatever it is he's doing. Thankfully, at Bolt we have a forward-thinking board and a forward-thinking legal team. Both are critical to do implementation in this regard. They all quickly rallied behind this concept and went to work. Here's how the mechanics play out in this situation. There is risk to the employees. They now have a loan outstanding and 100% personal recourse. So if the common stock becomes less than the exercise price, their personal assets are on the hook. That's what it means. So what did Ryan do in this case? Because there was a risk to all employees, he made sure to actually give every employee ample time to read and about the pros and cons of this decision, including learning about all the risk in the business. And we gave every employee $300 stipend to consult a financial advisor during the implementation process. Now this is another great thing on top of the decision that their company is taking at Bolt by Ryan Breslow. Implementing the program for employees that already had options had to be done as a formal tender offer to comply with securities laws, because some employees had to opt in to amend existing option grants. After the initial implementation of this decision, on a go-forward basis, we now offer every employee early exercise and an exercise loan from the start of their employment with Bolt. So this is what they have done as a highly employee-friendly organization and employee-friendly stock option plan. What was the outcome? Every employee now has the same privileges as the founder and executives. Our team could not be more grateful because they have done such a high value addition for every employee. Of course, they are going to be grateful in this regard. Over half of Bolters, that's what they actually call the team at Bolt, eligible to receive this benefit, decided to move forward with both early exercise and loans during our tender offer. So obviously that was supposed to happen because it is good for them. Regardless of the of deciding to use the benefit or not, everyone is eligible to receive long-term exercise windows. I strongly recommend, so Ryan basically recommends that more companies start to actually come up with such employee-friendly employee stock option plan, because loans go towards paying the company for its stock and the loans are cashless in nature. So it's not costing anything the company out of their own pocket. Employees take risk because loans are 100% personal recourse. The earlier in the company's life cycle you do this, the better it is. Obviously, you get a loan at an early stage, you will actually be able to exercise it much later down the line. If you are a seed through Series B company, this is a no-brainer. So again, early stage companies are the ones that give out the most employee stock option plan, and this is mentioned here rightly. It's a seed stage funding or a Series B stage funding company. That's how it is going to work. At Bolt, they did it as a Series D company. If your company has a strong growth trajectory, the benefits to your team from this program can be extraordinary. So that's how it's like. Where did this come from? Where did the idea of actually doing this for employees come from? At Bolt, we think fearlessly and put people first. This has been driven by conscious culture, conscious.org, 4dayweek.com, 4dayweek.com, and many other first of its example. So this program is just another example, and that was, in short, Ryan Breslow cares more about their employees than most. When you care enough, you are willing to ask tough questions. At Bolt, we are always committed to asking ourselves the tough questions, especially when it comes to our people. Coming back to this conclusion, I hope you like this video. आप लोगों को नई चीजें पता लगी होंगी with regards to employee stock option plan. आप लोगों को पता लगा होगा how are these employee stock options actually considered and done. And with that said, I'll bid you adieu. Take care. Bye bye.